Hey guys, you're feeling a little bit of tightness going on in the back of your thigh, okay? Or you're having a little trouble trying to walk with that full extension, or maybe you feel like you're a little bit bent over a little bit, can't seem to extend your back and your body straight up. Let's take a look and see what possibly is going on. Hi everybody, Sandy, if you're a fitness professional, would say want to be fit, fitness trainers, and welcome. And let's talk about back here. So the group of muscles located back of the thigh are actually called hamstring muscles. Their main responsibility is from an extended position, okay, with the knee. They allow you to flex or bend the knee, okay? They're also responsible for what's called hip extension, okay? So if you're flexing right here at the waist, okay, and you bring your torso back up, they allow you to bring it up into an extended position, all right? Now, they're also very much responsible for walking. So if you're walking and you take that stride, okay, it allows this hip, okay, or leg to extend back, and then you push off, and then allows the other leg, okay, to extend, or that hip or leg to extend back, and then you push off, and now you're in the act of walking. They're also very important for running and jogging, okay? But wait, there's one more thing, okay? From the position of the knee being flexed back, okay, they allow the tibia muscle, which is down here, okay, to rotate the ankle externally and internally. How about that? That's pretty awesome. So if you're having issues, say, with leaning over a little bit too much and you can't extend your hips back up again, or you're having issues walking, you get that little catch, okay, in the back of your thigh there, okay, and now you're limping, or you can't take regular strides, you have to shorten your strides, you quite possibly could have just tight hamstring muscles. Now, also, there's another muscle that's involved with hip extension, and that's called the gluteus maximus, okay, that muscle. It's part of the butt. The group of butt muscles. And so I call it the chunky chunk back here, that little chunk back here, okay, that is part of hip extension. So now, there are plenty of different types of stretches that you can perform to loosen these tight muscles, okay? And so what I'm going to do is show you a couple of them that you can do at home and by yourself. Let's get started. So the first one we're going to do, okay, is the seated hamstring stretch. Okay, and we're going to sit in a chair, make sure there's no wheels or casters, and we're going to stretch this leg right here, right? So we're sitting up straight, we're going to put, okay, our foot out, or our leg out, okay? Right here is what we're stretching, okay? Put your hands together and lean over. So what you don't want to do is flex like this because you're taking away the stretch. So lean over, okay, reaching for your foot or your toe. And you want to hold that for at least 30 seconds or so. Now, if you're holding that and the stretch doesn't seem to relieve itself, okay, back off again, okay, and then go back in again and stretch it and hold it for about 30 seconds or so, okay. Now, there's no time limit on stretching, so you can stretch every day, all right, until you start to feel that release. Now, there's another way to do the stretch is you want to reach what's called the bicep femoris muscle, and for some reason, that particular muscle gives people a lot of issues, okay? So how we get to it, all right, along with the other muscles involved with the hamstring group, is we want to take the opposite hand, okay, reach across to the opposite leg, all right, to the other side of the shoe, all right, or your foot, okay, and then hold that stretch. Now, you may not be able to reach it, okay, all the way down, but do the best that you can. All right, and eventually you'll find yourself getting closer and closer and closer to your foot. So that is the seated hamstring stretch. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different here, okay? And you can use a belt, okay? You can use your dog's leash, okay? Or you can use what's called a gait strap, all right? And but right now, what I'm going to do is show you how to do it using your belt, because everybody has a belt at home, right? So What you want to do is sit down, okay? Like we're going to do the same thing with the seated hamstring stretch, okay? And all we're going to do is put the belt, okay, by under the balls of your foot, I should say, and then you're going to flex the toe up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to sit up straight, hold that, and lean forward, and now you're going to get a really deep stretch out of that, okay? Now another way you can do that, okay, is to make this belt even longer. How do you do that, you say? Well, we're going to take the one end of it, put it through the buckle, all right, make a loop, and then we're going to take that loop and stick it on our feet, okay, on the balls of the feet, pull down on it, make it tight. Now you're sitting up a whole lot straighter, okay, much easier, right? And then what you want to do is pull that foot up, okay, you don't want to point it, you want to pull it up like this, keep the body up straight, and lean forward. You're probably going to have to move your hands down a little bit, okay, and feel that deep stretch, okay? I recommend this one this way because you can really get in deep into that hamstring muscle using a strap, a belt, or your dog's leash. So now we're going to take it to the floor or to the table or to the bed, all right, whatever you want to do at, okay? And we're going to do the same stretch. Now, you can do this stretch, okay, like we did in the chair, all right? We'll do like, it's called the hurdle stretch, okay? And so what you want to do is bend this leg outward like this. You don't want to bring it in this way, which is old school stretching, because you're going to have issues, it's going to cause issues with your knee and your ligaments inside there. So you want to whip it around like this here, okay? Back up straight, arms here like this, lean forward, and go for the tip of your sneaker or your shoe or your feet, okay? Don't point the toe. You want to flex the foot in like this. Now, what helps the flexion of the foot, again, would be the belt or the strap, okay? Now, you can do it like this, like I said originally, and put it down there on the balls of your foot, flex the foot, and lean forward, okay? Not flexing at the spine. All right, or you can, once again, loop it through the buckle, make a loop, put it on your shoe, okay, pull forward like this, and walk yourself down a little bit, okay, to feel that stretch, all right, deep stretch with that. Now you can do this on your back as well. So what we do is we're gonna lay back here like this, or you can keep it inside, you know, when you were sitting up doing it, loop it into the sneaker here like this, okay, lay flat back, all right? Now, if you can get it up here, that would be awesome, but you may, if it's too tight, you may gonna have to like leave it here, and then eventually, as it gets looser, you'll be able to bring it up. Feel that stretch, okay? And then 30 seconds or so, okay? Then after 30 seconds, you feel that release. You can pull it in a little bit closer, okay? And make sure that you keep this leg bent. I failed to mention that. Keep this leg bent, not down like this, okay? That's gonna add a little stress to your lower back, okay? So we wanna relieve that by lifting this leg and bending it like this, and then pulling this leg up, okay? So you can get that deep stretch, okay? It beats trying to reach it up there like that, right? So you wanna be able to have the strap can anchor you, and you can adjust it and pull it, okay? And once again, if you don't feel the stretch, release it for a few seconds, then come back and then stretch it again. And like I said, you can do this stretch, or any one of these stretches, okay, any day, any time, okay? There's no limitation to stretching. Okay, so that is on the floor. That is on the chair, okay? And there's one more stretch that I'm going to go over, okay? And it's a little bit of a painful stretch, okay? But it requires, what we use is a lacrosse ball, okay? Now, you can use a lacrosse ball, or you can use a tennis ball, which I do not have right now in my possession. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate it with the lacrosse ball. So you take your chair, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take the lacrosse ball and stick it on the hamstring muscle, stick it on the back of the thigh. And so what we probably really want to do is kind of move the ball laterally a little bit to the outside, not like over here on the side, but still on the back side of your hamstring muscles back here. And then we're going to sit on it, okay? And we're going to sit on it, okay? I'm going to take it, put it underneath there, and we're going to sit on it. So now what we're doing actually is we're compressing, okay, the muscle fibers that are all tangled up, okay? And what we want to do is compress it so that it actually presses down. It's soft tissue, so you're not going to break anything, okay? So you're going to compress it down, and we're going to relax those muscle fibers and get them back to their normal length and tension positions so that they can contract and loosen, okay, and move those bones correctly without any issues and take away that tension inside the back of your leg. Okay, so what you may have to do is to find the knots, okay, you're going to have to move around a little bit, okay, and as soon as you feel a little bit tender spot, okay, you want to sit on it for a few seconds, all right, and eventually what it'll do is those knotted muscles will stretch out and release. But if it doesn't, that means it's super tight. So then I would say, back off a little bit, give yourself a little bit of relief, and then load it back up again, okay? And then maybe move around again to see if you can find that tender spot. I think I found something. But also what would help too is extending the foot out just a little bit, okay? And then bringing it back in. So what we're doing is we're actually doing the knee flexion, okay? So we're extending it out, and then we're bringing it back in. So we're actually exercising that muscle while we're flattening the tissue out and the muscle fibers out, okay? So this works really, really well. So if you can put up with the pain, and the reason why I have pain is because muscle fibers are actually attached to the nervous system. And so when the muscle fibers are all tangled up and you're trying to tell the muscle to extend out and contract, okay, the muscle fibers don't like that, along with the neurological aspect, and it sends a pain signal to your brain, and it's going to tell you this hurts. So, but it only lasts not very long, okay, maybe a few seconds. It might, if they're very overly tight, may last like a minute or so, okay, but that's why I'm saying get off of it, then come back on it, but don't give up on it, because if you want relief, this is the way to go, okay? The other stretches work just as well, but if you're super tight, I would suggest using a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball to help bring relief, okay, to those tight muscles. Okay, well, those are the stretches, okay, that you can perform. I believe that would help you with those tight hamstring muscles, okay? And like I said, you can stretch anytime you want to stretch, okay? There's no time limit. You can do it every day, periodically, until you start to feel a little bit of relief. And the way you're going to feel it is you're going to be able to walk with a normal stride again, and you should be able to extend a little bit. There is the aspect on the gluteus maximus. That's going to be another video coming up, okay? And so we're going to be discussing that, all right? But right now, okay, we're just talking about the hamstrings. Okay, well, that's it, guys, okay? A couple of different exercises you can perform, and so what I'm going to say is, hey guys, let's make the simple things in life simple again, okay? And if you like this video, why don't you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, okay? That lets me know that you like the context that I'm relaying to you and giving to you. And then also, it helps Facebook and YouTube drive more people into this video that need help, okay? So, now if you need a specialized program to help you reach your fitness goal, or a video, okay, that I can produce for you, all right, you can let me know, and you can email me that request and let me know what your concerns are. And my email address is sandy@suw2bf.com. And you can email me, or you can make a comment in the bottom of this video, okay, and let me know, and I'll get right back with you. Okay, guys, what I'll end up doing is put the lacrosse ball, and also, if you want this gate strap, okay, on the bottom of the video, in the, I should say, the video description, that'll be in there where you can order it from Amazon. You can get this stuff as well at Walmart, okay? And if you want to start out with a tennis ball, I would say do that first before you get into the lacrosse ball. Like I said, the tennis ball is a little forgiving, where the lacrosse ball is much harder and it's less forgiving. So I'll put those links on the description below. And that's basically it. All right, guys, we'll see you on the next video. God bless and have a safe day.